Hi Flossie friends, it's Liliana. Welcome back to Stitch Life Diaries entry 27. Today is February 11th, Wednesday morning. I'm starting off showing my focus piece, Oriental Splendor, up, front, and center today. Let's first take a closer look at this piece before spinning the wheel of names to see which whip gets some attention next. Because I do need a little breather from Oriental Splendor from time to time. First of all, here's a photo of what it should look like in its full glory. This is what I'm working towards, stitch by stitch. All right, now let me show you where I was the last time I shared it. And this is what it looks like now. So as you can see, I worked on the vase this time around. And I added this leaf over here and a few stitches on this side. And it's turning out beautiful. Okay, I included the back stitching, but I just noticed that I missed one right here. I know there's a back stitch that goes there, and I missed it. That's okay. I will add that. I will fix it next time I pick it up. I have really thoroughly enjoyed working on this piece so far, but I have to be careful not to overdo it. I burn out on it. So taking little breaks keeps it fun and keeps me excited to pick it up again. So that's why I do set it aside and I pick up another project, because like I said, I don't want to burn out on it. It is fun to stitch, and so it keeps it exciting when I give myself a little break from it. So I'll give you a closer look here at my stitching. The colors are just gorgeous, I think. It's really beautiful. Loving it, loving it, loving it. All right, time to see which whip gets some attention next. Let's spin the wheel of names and give another project a little love while I take a short breather from Oriental Splendor. And let's see what the wheel decides. And of course, the sassy spinner picked Oriental Splendor. Well, I'm going to override that decision. And the next project I'll be working on is from the Dimensions Go collection, which is where the second spin landed on. It's called Holiday Village. And it comes with 16 count Dove Gray Aida fabric. I actually started this piece at the end of last year, December 2025, during my Start Everything Crazy Marathon that I believe I started at the end of October, maybe beginning of November. I was just picking out all my kits and just starting. Yeah, I'm so glad that I get to see it again. And here's my start. It's not much, but it is only one session, so you know, that's about as much as I get in one session. What else? What can I say about this piece? It's the kind of project that's fun and relaxing. I mean, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Plenty of small sections to chip away at. I could pretty much, you know, start anywhere I want, but I did start in the middle, so about right here is where I started. Yeah, it's full of cozy little houses, snowy details, and festive charm. I'm excited. I'm excited to add a little more each time I pick it up, and it's just the right kind of project for a calm, enjoyable stitching session. So I'm going to dive into Holiday Village tonight, and I'll be back in a few to show you my progress. Hello, I'm back again, and it's a Sunday, February 15th. I have an update on my Holiday Village. Here it is. I got a lot done. I got four stitching sessions on this one. So after the first 30 minutes, I was having so much fun with it, loved it, kept going, and I stitched on for, like I said, 4 sessions total. So now it's had 5 sessions altogether, and it's looking fabulous. I'm really having fun with this. I did have to cut one of the sessions short because it was Valentine's Day. But even with that, I got a lot of stitching done. I don't track my hours per session. You know, I just go with the flow whenever I feel like stitching. Sometimes I'll stitch in the middle of the day too, and you know, I just don't keep track of the hours. This is a hobby, not a job. So I won't be ever stating how many hours it took me to do a certain project. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. My momentum has kind of come to an end though with this one for now. So I'm going to set it aside, and but first let me show you exactly what I worked on, which is, gosh, I didn't have very much the first session. That was my start there, and that was, you know, very little. But now I got all this done. Yeah, it's looking great. Love it. A lot of fun. But I am going to put it aside now and go back to my focus piece. I'm not, if I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not feeling it right now to go back to my focus piece. It just feels like, you know, I'm just not completely ready to jump back into it after even taking this break to work on Holiday Village. But I'm going to give it my 30-minute rule and see how it feels at the end of the 30 minutes. Sometimes that's all it takes to get back into the rhythm and enjoying it. So we'll see. We'll just see how it feels. And then I'll spin my wheel of whips and choose the next one. Okay, time to test the 30-minute rule. I'll report back shortly. And here it is. So I did work on my focus piece for more than 30 minutes. And I even picked it up again the next day. Today, by the way, is February 17th, and it's been raining nonstop since yesterday, so I'm a little low on natural light, and I apologize for that. And hopefully it's not too dark, but anyway, honestly, that right there proves it. My 30-minute rule works. At least it works for me. If I didn't have that rule in place, I probably would have skipped it, and who knows when I would have come back to it. Maybe months. It would have just sat in my basket, who knows. But this time around, I added the lily flower right there, and some of the surrounding stitches. And I also did some back stitching wherever I could. I didn't touch the vase part of it, and that's okay. I decided to leave it for another session. I'll probably go back to the vase the next time I pick it up. Well, the bottom line, some progress is still progress. I know it doesn't look like much, but every stitch counts, and it gets me closer to the finish line. So, and eventually hanging on my wall. So I'm happy with that. All right, let's spin the wheel again and see what I'll be working on next. And here we are again. It's February 18th. So the wheel landed on the 5x7 Blessing Kit, which is a design by Joan Elliott, and it's charted by DesignWorks. So not only did I finish stitching the piece last night, I also fully finished it. And there it is. So if you're familiar with the cover photo of the original design, you'll probably notice that mine looks different. A little different, and that's intentional. I simplified it to better suit my stitching style. So let's go over the changes I made. I chose not to add the French knots around the frame that goes around the house. That goes around the house right here, like it shows here. I chose to leave that out. And I also left out the extra stitches in the center of the capital M's. So right here, I left that out. I did add a border, but not exactly as pictured. I stitched the gold border, skipped the green stitches, and in the 4 corners I used simple blue crosses instead. There are also some light blue stitches here that I didn't add to mine, which gives it a cleaner, less busy look, and I really like how it turned out. All right, now full disclosure. I did have a small accident. There was a soil spot right underneath where this embellishment star is, which is why I added the star in the first place. You know, accidents happen, especially with handmade pieces, and sometimes stitching is about finding creative solutions when things don't go exactly as planned. So to keep it from looking like I was hiding something, especially since it's so close to the lettering, I decided to go ahead and add these light blue stars, one on each corner, just to make it look more balanced. Okay, now this concludes my video. Thanks so much for stitching with me today. If you'd like to see more, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you soon with more progress on my focus piece and my other WIPs. Happy stitching!